This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
You would have seen our Olympians arrive back in town yesterday. It was absolutely fantastic. One of them is joining us now, the greatest of all
We've gone
greats.
to the top of the heap.
We certainly have. Ariarne Titmus, how are you? Good morning.
Hey guys, I'm very, very, very well.
Hey Ariarne, I love the fact that you guys get to experience a plane being in a hangar and then opening it up, which is basically really the only other people I see that is
Like a president or something? No?
a president. Yeah. What is that like, being able to disembark into a situation like that? Because no one ever gets a chance to do that.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. It's probably the only time in life you're going to feel like you're royalty.
Yeah.
Walking off, doing the royal wave.
Ariarne, did it... Yeah. Sorry, you
It
go.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did it take long that you... Because I was watching like Fox Sports who had it live, for example, and it seemed like an eternity that they were getting everything in place. So how long had you landed for before you actually got off the plane?
I'd say maybe half an hour. And then we were sitting there and it was raining, so we couldn't actually see out the windows. So we couldn't, it was all fogged up, so we couldn't see how many people were waiting. And what happened was we thought once we'd landed, we'd just back in and get off straight away. So we all had our medals on and we're making them look good. And then we just put them on way too soon. And then we had to start asking the cabin crew, can we go to the toilet? Like we were busting. So we're waiting for a while.
Is it like a normal flight when everyone gets straight up, gets their hand luggage and just sort of stands in the aisle and waits?
Yeah, actually it was a little bit.
And I heard a rumour that it was a dry flight, Arnie. Is that true?
Yeah, dry flight.
That's a long way.
And even when we landed in Perth, we had about 4 or 5 hour layover. They had the Qantas lounge for all of us and did it all up. And as soon as we got there, we're like, yes, we can get a drink. And they shut the bar. And the only thing we could get was coffee and hot chocolate. Basically, I had a cup of tea before I got on the flight.
Rock
to
and roll.
Yeah.
Mate, you're a gold medalist. I was wondering this morning when we saw you. You look amazing, by the way, on the pictures we're seeing. And I was thinking, surely she's hungover. Surely you've had an absolute belter. You've won gold for Australia again. So what's the party situation been like?
The party situation, I went pretty hard the first night, and I think I regret it because I honestly have not been out since.
Yeah.
I'm a bit scarred. But I have never seen people back up in my life like some of the boys. They've got stamina. So I was pretty impressed.
Hey, wait, are you straight back into the pool training? What's the deal? Are you going to have a break? What's happening?
No, definitely not straight back in. I'm taking a big break, actually. I've given myself 12 months if I need it.
Oh, wow.
Good on you.
Yeah, so I only want to go back when I feel mentally ready to go back. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. On that, I want to know, what psychologically does the smell of chlorine do to you? Does that make you, honestly, what does that do? What does it do?
Look, I don't know whether it does affect our brain or not, but it'd be interesting to see how I feel not being in it for 12 months.
Yeah.
Because I just wonder if you haven't been swimming for 12 months, so say 6 months, and then you walk past a public pool and you smell chlorine.
Are you triggered?
You
Or do you want to jump in?
Yeah, what does it do?
I think maybe I will realise what it smells like, because I don't know that I smell like chlorine all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not until I go home to mum and dad's for dinner and they go, you stink.
That's nice.
Well, how do you keep your hair without going green?
Yeah.
'Cause it's always been a battle of mine.
I'm pretty lucky, actually. A hairdresser said to me yesterday when I had a shoot, they were saying to me, how is your hair not green? But I don't know. I think I just got God-given good hair.
That and a God-given talent in the pool. Maybe they just go hand in
You
hand.
can't have two God-given good things.
Hey, Arnie, I want to ask you, how close are you with Katie Ledecky? Are you mates? Do you chit-chat outside of swimming?
We don't really message much when we're not racing, but definitely when we see each other at competitions, we always chat. And in the marshalling area, we're always having a chat. Even before the 400 final and the 800 final, we were just chatting away, which is pretty crazy. But I'd definitely say it's a friendship, which is really nice, actually.
Because you're built up as the biggest rivals in the world, essentially. But that clearly you just get along with one another. You've got a lot in common. You're both really good at swimming.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would never be someone to really take the rivalry outside of the pool. I think that life's bigger than that. So
That's awesome.
Arnie, you were talking about having a break, and obviously you've trained so long and so hard for a period of time. I wanted to know on your training levels. I heard one of the Campbell sisters talk, I think it was Bronte once, talk about the level of lactic acid she can sustain for a period of time. Therefore, she's been able to produce, top performance over and over again. Do you have a measurement of what yours was when you're at your best?
We don't lactate test too much as distance athletes because mine doesn't really get up too high, to be honest. I think the highest I've got to is 13, and I'm pretty sure like Bronte and Kate would get up to 21. But our training's very different. Like I grind out 7-8K sessions 9-10 times a week, which is a little bit different to what a sprinter does. So it's more so that threshold kind of pace that I'd be holding. But I feel like my lactate's pretty high for a distance athlete, to be honest, but it's not something that we really measure too often.
Do you measure your stroke rate? It's a funny thing when everyone's in there having a swim. Yeah. But do you measure your stroke rate as well?
Her stroke rate's different than your stroke rate, Shaun.
Yep. Measure the stroke rate all the time, every day.
So you know in your head how many times your arms are turning over?
Well, I don't, but Dean will be on the watches getting the exact number. But I would know for, say, 200 pace, 400 pace, or 800 pace, kind of just what groove and what pace I've got to hit that stroke rate.
Wow, this is unbelievable. I want to talk about something that was a running commentary during the entire time of the Olympics, but I feel like everyone was told not to complain about it, but now we're on the other side. Let's talk. The beds and the food. We heard that the fish had worms in it. We heard that
all the good food was gone too early and you're left with the vegetarian option.
We heard that the beds were horrendous, and we saw the beds. That could not have been comfortable for anyone, let alone an athlete. Give us, what's the reality of it?
So I was very, very lucky. Tempur actually sent me over a mattress. So I was sleeping on
Ariarne Titmus, doesn't it?
I was sleeping on Tempur the whole time, but I did feel the mattress that they were in the village, and it was basically like fishing wire, or like wire that had been like swirly-whirlied, and it was about maybe like 3 inches thick, and that was the mattress basically. And they also only changed our sheets in our room once the whole time.
Oh, what?
And so that was pretty rank. That was the one thing that I was like, I need to get out of here. We're living in filth.
Yes.
And then the dining hall.
Yeah.
The AOC actually looked after us so well. We had a thing called a performance pantry, and there was dietitians that were making breakfast and lunch for us every day. So I went to the dining hall the first day we arrived in the village, and I was like, this is so not it. And then I basically lived off oats for breakfast and poke bowls for lunch and dinner for 2.5 weeks. And let's just say I'm not having a poke bowl for a very, very long time.
And that's all about the major headline is the fact that you weren't even allowed to have McDonald's. No McDonald's there, which seemed to be an Olympic staple over the last decade or so.
Especially if once you finish competing.
Yeah. So was that the big talk on the ground? Was there no McDonald's?
Well, there was no Macca's in Tokyo either. So I think they didn't have it in Tokyo either. So I think it's just not going to be a thing anymore, which is a bit annoying. Because then you'd go to the dining hall. If you'd done competing, you'd come back in late at night, and then you'd probably go to the Macca's. But can't do that anymore.
So you'd literally be able to look at an athlete and know if they're done because they've got to train Macca's.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Ariarne, coming back to the first night when you were performing and you won your first gold medal, did you feel like there was pressure? I mean, there's pressure always for you to perform, but to set the scene for the rest of the team?
Oh, I felt so much pressure. I know that day one I'm up and I got a job to do, and people were expecting me to win, and I definitely felt that. So once I did that, I knew I was on. I felt the sense that I could I had a runway into my week, and it kind of took the pressure off a little bit. But that race definitely, I've felt no pressure ever like it in my life to perform.
Well, I tell you what, you performed under pressure because it was an extraordinary race.
I'll tell you what, Darcy's performing under pressure right now. Your nail game is on point. Your fingernails, can you put them up and show us? Look at that.
Yeah.
Are they fresh since you've been back?
No, these are the ones that I raced with. So they are so incredibly long at the moment. I need to get them chopped. But
oh my God, chop them off, put them in a bag and sell them on eBay, and let's see how much you get for them. People would buy your nails.
Well, I actually want to set the record straight here because people were giving me scrutiny saying that these nails are fake and I've got them to cheat and they were like paddles.
Oh, yes.
But I just want to let people know that these are my real nails. They're not tips. So not cheating. They're a
Yes.
part of. They're a
It's
part
part
of
of
me.
your body.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
but when you form them together, I can see that
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, she's got paddles on."
Yeah, and,
no,
you, and
but
you hit the
don't
wall
hit the wall.
faster.
You don't hit the wall like this. Not like this.
But I mean, but what a great idea though. Is there any rule on how long your nails can be in a pool when you're
No.
swimming? Oh my God, grow them a metre long, and then you'll be able to like win. That's
But you wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Funny.
That is true. But, there's that. So you've got a year off. What are you going to do with it?
I want to do a bit more work in the media space,
Yeah.
which I've done in the past,
You're very
which I
good.
really enjoy and feel quite natural and comfortable in.
You are.
Get back on the speaking circuit, do a lot
Yeah.
of that. Dean and I do a lot of talks together as well, so do that with him. And just really prioritize my personal life, my friends and my family. They get put on the back burner for a lot, so I want to stop being a selfish athlete for a while and give time to them.
You haven't been
Are you
selfish.
worried though, as a professional athlete you've been for so long, that you mightn't be in the shape that you once were? Because that's the whole thing about being a professional athlete. You look
Yeah.
at yourself and go, "Well, this is not bad."
Yeah, I am a little bit worried. I haven't exercised in 12 days.
Oh.
And I got off the plane yesterday. I said to Mum, do I look different?
And then you look at what you're eating.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be healthy. But I've actually been in the gym twice since I did a little walk on the treadmill.
Yeah.
But I do want to, when I get back to Brisbane on Monday, I want to start getting
Yeah.
into my routine. I think the longer you leave it, the harder it will
yeah.
be to get back
Yeah,
into
well,
it.
land-based exercise.
Can I be honest? If I see you in 6 months with a muffin top, that is well deserved. That is well deserved.
You know what that is? It's a gold medal winning
Yeah,
muffin
it
top.
is.
That's what it is.
It is.
Arnie, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks so much for talking to us. You're a bloody legend.
Oh, thanks,
National
guys.
treasure.
Thanks,
Thanks,
mate.
Arnie.
mate.
Thanks, Arnie. Cheers.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, it is good to have Shaun Darcy in the studio today because we can check out his fitness levels and look at his need, whether he'll play this weekend against the Giants. Last week, Natalie, he lied straight to your
He
face
did, didn't he?
when you
He did.
questioned about his injury.
Because you had a bandage on your knee and a support. And I'm like, oh, what's going on there? And you were like, it's nothing.
Nothing to see.
No, there was a little bit there. So Nat had good eyes, but no, I'm going all right. How are you guys?
Well, we're all ready to play because we're playing right now.
That's right, we are, Dave.
Our game's on right now.
Hey, that was a big out for Freo, losing the game as well on against Geelong because
Yeah.
you weren't there.
Yeah.
Really, you and Josh. Are you going to be playing? It doesn't seem like it's 100%.
No,
at
it's
all.
not 100%, but a lot of players are playing with niggles at the moment. It's this time of the year, going into finals, so no one's probably playing 100%. So we're trying to manage it, and off we're going.
What's that bandage really doing? Look at it. It looks dirty and floppy.
It's
Like, it
smaller
doesn't-
than last week's, though. Last
doesn't-
week you had a bigger one on.
It's not doing anything.
Actually,
There's
that's
no
pathetic.
tightness in
That's
that.
tight, yeah.
What's it for?
It's supposed to be compression.
It's compression. So
It's not compressing anything.
So what are we talking about? Some knee awareness? What have we got?
just a bit of swelling in the knee that we're trying to keep on top of, which is I had surgery on it at the start of the year. So
Yes. So it's that same knee.
Yep.
Unless you have a period of time, like 3 to 4 weeks, that's not going to settle down. So you're going to have to deal with either getting it drained or living off anti-inflammatories.
I'm doing both at the moment, so it's been a tough couple of weeks, but that's all right.
Hey, let's just park the football for a second. Shaun, in my mind, when you're successful and you're making it in the world,
Yeah, never been there.
there
Yeah.
are certain things that you have that is like an extra big fridge, sometimes with an ice maker, as you know. Another thing is you have a fireplace. A fireplace.
That would be amazing. I always thought about that level.
Yeah, just a fireplace. Shaun Darcy, in the house that you are renovating currently, how many fireplaces will you have?
Well, I'll have 4, but I had no heating in it originally, so that was the only way I could get
So I've got
it
3
warm.
for the same reason. It was
Yeah.
the
4.
only form of heating.
Yeah.
Fireplaces.
How many of them are open fireplaces versus the gas sitch?
So 3 will be open, and then there will be 1 gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which room will you be making love in? Which room will be the one
Where
David
the
wants to know
bearskin
where-
rug.
where the
with
bearskin rug is, and then the lady's going to come in and there's going to be a
I
bowl
have a
of
pool
grapes.
table in one where
Okay.
that I can put a bearskin rug on.
Yeah, it's got 6 holes, Nate.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I just step up from the ping pong table, isn't it?
Hey, you walked into it, mate.
Oh,
You know,
I
come
don't
on,
know.
buddy.
This is what happens when you lie to us. That's all we're saying.
Hey, Darcy, only a couple of weeks ago, I was panicking that, geez, do I have to book flights to go to the grand final? And to be honest, I had a conversation with our boss, Dave, about
The practicalities.
whether we go over and how we
Yeah.
do it all and all this kind of stuff.
Thanks
and then
for
2
not
weeks
making that a
later,
concern
/3
anymore.
3 weeks later, There's every chance we won't make the final.
Now Shaun has to barrack for the Eagles this weekend when they take on Carlton, and he's not comfortable with it.
Yeah, it has been a disappointing 2 weeks. But at the end of the day, we're still 6 on the ladder.
Yeah, you are.
We win the next 2, we play finals, and it's a very close year. So I think our best footy shows that we can beat anyone, but it's really tight at the top of the ladder, and every game's like an elimination final.
Your body this year has been a bit of a disaster, hasn't it? Like, it was a slow to get going. Is it how frustrating has it been for you?
Yeah, this has been the worst year I've had in football, so it's very frustrating. You want to be out there playing with your teammates, helping them win, and when you're not there, it's really frustrating.
Lucky you signed that big contract before this happened.
Lucky.
Yeah, that doesn't really help.
We were going to trade you to 96, but they wouldn't.
Not this contract, it's Docker's contract.
This contract is not anything big at all. This contract
Won't
is
even
the
buy
stuff
a
that he
bag of
keeps
firewood.
the change he keeps in his car to buy some chewies. Let's be honest.
This is kind of the highlight of your day because of the season you've been running with injuries.
Yeah, it has been a very frustrating year, but hopefully it's a big September and we play some good footy.
Yeah.
The other guys, having Josh Tracy out, Alex still out, Sonny Walters has been out, is the key pillars of the team at the wrong end of the season.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating. It's not what you want, but at the end of the day, that's our the next man up sort of mentality that we're trying to build at our football club. You'd rather have a full 22 playing every week in, week out, but it's AFL football.
Yeah, I mean, look at Carlton.
Things don't
Look what's
happen.
happened to them.
Oh, yeah, huge.
6 big outs. Like, that's rough.
The thing is, when you have 6 big outs like that, or Freo's players not playing, and you lose games, right? That makes sense. But then everyone wants to get the coach sacked and all the players sacked straight away.
Yeah. So, health is your biggest friend at this time of the year. So you want to be playing good footy and you want to be healthy. So that's the hard thing about AFL football.
Maybe you want to put a bandage on your knee that doesn't look like a 3,000-year-old pair of dirty jocks.
That might help.
Absolutely. You tried the bicarb soda?
Yeah, I've tried everything.
Well, on your knee.
So you put bicarb soda on your knee and you wrap some cling wrap around you?
I sleep
like
with
an old
that
wives'
every
tale.
Do you?
Yeah.
What about cabbage leaves?
I've
That's an old
done
wife's tale.
crystals as well. Did you do the crystals? So
Oh,
It was a different time.
I'm going to stop.
totally.
I haven't won.
He did, and his house is completely organised and very clean afterwards. Best thing about, though, when Shaun was taking the crystals was only always one sleep till Christmas.
very good. It's early.
It is
It's
early.
too early.
It's early.
Well, we wish you all the best. We hope you get through your fitness
So you got a
test today,
fitness
mate.
test today?
Yeah.
And that will decide whether you jump on the plane to get over
basically.
there.
Have you
So-
packed your bag just in case?
I have packed my bag.
So you're good to go. The dog's been looked after.
The dog is with a dog sitter, so
Okay, great.
Oh, wait there. We didn't ask. We've been throwing around talking about Speedos. Are you a Speedo wearer?
budgies.
Yes,
Yeah.
budgies.
Yeah, buddy eyes.
Yeah. When you travel, how many do you travel with?
3.
Do you wear them when you play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear the same one for the
Yeah, so you got your
every
lucky
year. So,
speedos for
So
the.
it was something that Aaron Sandilands taught me, or he said that was the only superstition he had. So if you buy a new one until you play a good game, and then you wear the same one for the rest of the year. So
okay,
if
right.
And you
you
don't wash it,
start
mate.
terribly,
Yeah,
but you just keep buying new ones
you haven't
until
found the lucky ones yet.
So you travel with
I too.
yes, and then who was speaking to you
I
the
got
other
2
day?
pairs in my bag.
Nick
One's
White.
the
Nick
eggplant.
White.
Nick White. He travels
he
with
packed 8.
What was his favourite one? Did he told us?
The
The
avocados.
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 So what's
yeah,
your
I have
favourite?
ones. Oh, we have Freo ones with
Yeah.
What are your favourites?
Freo ones that I
Are
wear.
they?
Yeah.
Do you
So-
have non-Freo ones?
I have about 15 of them at home.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about some of the patterns on the other ones that Shaun Darcy has selected?
There's chilies.
Yeah, Chili Willies.
Willies.
Chili Willies, good.
Yeah,
Avocado. I have that one as well.
of course.
You got the eggplant ones?
Yeah, I have those ones.
It's also his favourite emoji. Sends that a few times
Ah.
All right, well, good luck in the
I gotta
fitness
get
test
out
today.
of
Yeah, you really do.
a day. He's literally walking out.
We hope you play.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.